thumb. Okay, so if we look at these sort of two setups, okay, we want to get a little bit of that, only because one hand is lower than the other hand, okay? In theory, your spine angle is going to be in a slight tilt anyway. We want that spine angle. We're just hanging back behind the golf ball. Your head at setup needs to be behind the ball. If you get it too sort of straight on here, and over the golf ball there, when you swing back, this hip now is going to start popping up, okay, and sliding that way. Your spine angle now is going to be too much this way. You're now going to be coming down the golf ball very steep. Unless, of course, your head then moves back up out of the way this way. As you'll see when you sort of come back, it follows that yellow line. And if you happen to get behind the golf ball at the right time, you may get yourself behind the golf ball, but your head moving this way and only going in the direction, your balance will be affected. And if you don't quite move back enough, it's a very low flight shot, which is why your 7 or 8 times going miles. Take the loft off the club with a 5, like, just not getting that flight, to be fair. So we can get yourself in that position now. This right hip can rotate around this way more, and your spine angle is going to stay a lot more kind of vertical, if anything a little bit lean back the other way, okay? And now as you come back to the golf ball, this lead hip, as we discussed in the passing before, see with that towards the wall, that's going to move towards the wall there, as you can see where the head stays behind the golf ball, yeah? Now, because there's still a little bit of movement this way with your head, obviously, you're getting a few shots now a little bit slappy and a bit toey because you're just a bit too far back behind the ball, okay? And as you swing through, then the follow through is certainly a lot more than you've ever had in the past before, which is great. You're making a much fuller movement. I've seen, as I years gone by, your follow through downward finish almost very kind of cramped and a bit tucked up. There's a lot more kind of shoo, which is again a good sign. Again, you're swinging it well and swinging it freely, okay? So in terms of today, don't want to make a major change. Obviously, you're going to go and play now. Take your chip just to feel a little bit of that way. Yeah, even if it's not enough for where it should be, but it's enough to be kind of within where it needs to be and not too far the other way, if that makes sense. So where you were was, say, 10 degrees too far left. We want to go 10 degrees right. Let's kind of find somewhere in the middle, like 2 or 3 degrees either way of 0, and just feel comfortable there. Exactly, yeah. And you can just start moving it gradually over sort of the winter as you start playing a bit more and practice. Obviously, the game's going to be a little bit quiet as we come into winter now, okay? So, again, just a slightly twist with that setup just to get a bit more with the shoulders, and then you can just release your body as before. If you hang back, then you get the toey ones, and that's what you're going to get there. Okay, mate? Yeah.